Right, I think that's pretty much everything set. I've got some audio. Looks like I got voice. Bring the application to the front so it doesn't moan at me. Oh, get my hair out of the way, as always. Right. Time for some more cyubeVR. So my plan for this evening is just to carry on the road to the desert. I know I say this every time, I'm not planning on this being a terribly long one, just because more through accident than design. I spent quite a lot of time in VR today. I know what I was going to do. I was going to chuck some pictures in the directory so I could try some of my own photos and things on the wall. I'll have to come back and do that at some point. Let's have a look. Oh, that was interesting. Didn't seem to make a noise when I first opened it. Yes, as I was saying, more through accident than design. I spent more time than intended in VR today. I had a pretty good session in Half-Life Alyx this afternoon, and then afterwards I noticed that an update for Zero Caliber had dropped with a couple of new maps, sort of as a sorry we're taking a long time to update the PC version. There seems to be a lot of rumblings that people are upset that they're favouring the Quest 2 version, which has come along later and all this kind of stuff. Personally, I can't really relate. I've had easily my money's worth out of the game as it is anyway. But yeah, they dropped a couple more maps and a little note on Steam saying, yeah, we are going to be doing some updates. It's taking longer than we'd like, but here's a couple of maps. So I thought, okay, I'll play one of them and record it while I'm doing it, because I've done all the other levels. And I fired it up thinking it was going to be like, a 20-minute campaign. I dropped it too early, didn't I? And like an hour and a half later, I finally finished it. It was massively long map, way longer than I was expecting. So that was a nice bonus actually, but that was a lot longer in VR than I was expecting to be. It didn't seem as far away as usual. Way! There we go. So yeah, I've already spent, like 2.5 hours, knocking on 3 hours inside VR today, which is a fairly long time for me. I'll state you in. Yeah, that'll do. Right, let's open this up while we're here. Check the deer didn't steal my shit while I was away. Yeah, they didn't. Okay, so the plan is to just carry on with this. So, I keep doing that. It's over my shoulder. It's probably not going to be the most enthralling session from a build point of view, but I'm determined to get through to the other side. I don't know that I'll get through to the other side during this session, but I'm trying to get that one. Make strides to do it anyway. Again, spoiler free, but my play of Half-Life Alyx today, when I finished off yesterday, I'd left myself in a position where I knew I would absolutely hate yesterday me today, and I did. But what was interesting was the situation I found myself in, which was really quite creepy and all that kind of stuff. in the way that Half-Life Alyx can be. It actually turned out to be a really fun and enjoyable experience. And then I got into a situation towards the end of that session where I was having to handle something more earthly and mundane, basically. And I actually couldn't do it. Well, I mean, I will be able to do it. But I'd got so far that it felt like a good stopping point after being killed, I don't know, like 3 times, and trying to do it again and again and just utterly failing. Yeah, it was all kinds of fun, but I was so amused how the really creepy stuff wasn't the thing that basically was my failure point. It was the quite mundane human type stuff. Right. Oh, come on. Delete, 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 delete. Yeah, I got tons of stone. I'm good. Actually, you know what I should do? Oh. While this is out, make some more of these. Because I'm gonna want them anyway. Yes. Wasn't sure I was going to catch that then. It's unusual for me. I mean that I tend to only really go into VR at weekends, although it's been a different thing ever since I got cyubeVR actually, because it's just such a great thing to tinker with in the evenings. But I've got so used to coming in every day during my break, and I'm just finding it, whoa, so normal now. I go back a year and VR still seemed incredibly novel, and every new experience was just like, wow, I can't believe how that is. And this isn't to say it's boring now or anything like that, or mundane or anything. I'm just, every so often I catch myself being surprised at just how ordinary it feels. Not bad, boring or anything like that, just ordinary, like it's as real as real. I still remember the first time I put the Quest 2 on. It's not the first time I'd worn a VR headset, but I mean, I very first tried a VR headset. Oh, it's back in, I think it was like the early or mid 90s or something like that, and I knew a guy who, I can't remember what the name of the company was. Oh, come on. But there was some company who did VR headsets for PCs. Or they certainly plugged into PCs. I think the software ran on the PC. And it was all very sort of vector graphics, VR and stuff like that. I can't remember what the damn thing was called. I'm sure there was an I in the name. I'm sure it began with I, way before Apple sort of made the I prefix their own thing. And yeah, so that was, yeah, it's not like VR is entirely novel to me. And since then I've tried headsets at museums and things like that, but again, you know, they weren't quite so immersive. And I also had the, I think I said before, you know, the kind of Google Cardboardy kind of thing with a Pixel. And that was kind of cool, but didn't really hold my interest. But the first time I fired up that sort of get to know VR experience thing. I can't remember what it's called on the Oculus Quest 2. And I just stood there and there was a table in front of me. I'm stood here in my living room and suddenly there's this massive space and a table in front of me, and there was a cube you had to pick up, I think it was, or something like that. And I was just, that's not what I wanted. It was just astonishing. It just felt so real and so there and so immersive, and yeah, my brain was just perplexed by it in the best possible way. Whereas now, while it's still tons of fun, I kind of come in and do something like this and don't think twice about it. Yeah, it's a different kind of normal. It's definitely one of those things as well that it goes hand in hand with the fact that when I first started using VR, using Quest and that about a year ago, I definitely found quite a few things difficult to handle. Would make me feel quite queasy and things. Echo VR, is it called, or whatever? I haven't played that since the early days, but I gave that a go, and that made me feel quite not well quite easily. And there's a few other games that I tried. Drunken Bar Fight was one, which was all kinds of fun. But the actual moving around would make me feel quite queasy quite quickly. I imagine this, if I was playing it a year ago, would be difficult, if not impossible. Certainly with the kind of movement I'm using. I can't remember if this has snapped or anything like that, or has any comfort features. But I wouldn't have been able to play it. I just wouldn't have been able to. Whereas now, I still have moments of feeling like I just have to concentrate on my balance in this and other games. So when I was dashing around in Zero Caliber a couple of hours back, there was certainly a couple of moments where I'm kind of running sideways and shoot in and looking around and all that kind of stuff, and suddenly had to just check my balance. But my ability to handle VR now compared to a year ago is just so very different. It just seems kind of normal. I think if anything, the one thing I've got to watch out for is like that thing of wanting to lean on something, like if I wanted to get in there, if I wanted to get in there now, especially like that, the urge to lean on that is something that doesn't happen too often, but I get it now and again. When I'm getting too comfortable. I'm actually surprised it doesn't happen more often. The urge to kind of just like lean back on this wall, and then where would I go? Just looking at the shape of my garden, I'd fall on my coffee table, which would be either very amusing. It's wood, so it's not like there's glass or anything, thankfully. Would either be very amusing or it'd be quite the crash and I'd have to buy a new one. I am sure it seems to be happening again. It's harder to break blocks when there's more loose blocks kicking around. I'm sure that's a thing. Feels like a thing. Okay, that's wide. I'm still pressing the wrong button to open the menus and stuff. It's night. Oh, suck the bloody crystal up anyway. I'm just going to leave it out. Inventory's full. So I've just come from watching the season finale of Hawkeye. No spoilers. I wouldn't want to spoil it for anyone. But for a show that I hadn't really paid much attention to the fact that it was coming, I knew it was going to be a thing, but I wasn't anticipating it. Not in the way I was really looking forward to Loki or WandaVision. I've been surprised at just how much fun Hawkeye has been, and the way they've used characters and introduced new ones and the like within the TV universe and / cinematic universe. I just loved it. I'm so impressed by it. Count me in for another series. I feel it had exactly the right mixture of humour and silliness and actual real emotion, and kind of emotionally tying up certain loose ends and things like that. Yeah, loved it. I hope it starts a new craze for archery. Well, hopefully field archery rather than target archery, because everyone knows that field archery is superior, apart from target archers. Right. Oh, there we go. It's nice and neat. Let's do the floor, move the torch along and put some more wall and floor out, and ceiling. There we go. Let's have you in. I'll leave those out for a second until I can put new ceiling lights up. Ah, oh, when you reach. Ah. Ah, bugger. I suppose I've got any charged torches, charged crystals I should say in there, have I? No, I haven't. Oh, buggeration. Got space? Oh yeah, there we go. Did that go in there? I think it did. Put the shovel back, I don't need the bow for now. I'll let those charge for a second. I might as well put some in by hand anyway. It's not like I'm short of stone. It's just a little bit tedious. I actually don't know how fast crystals charge. Never really timed it. Oh, indeed, I actually don't know if it's constant time as well, or if there's any kind of randomness or variability to it. Oh, hello. Hey Stone, have I tried out attaching something to a wall mount yet? No! That's a very good point. I feel quite bad about that now. I forgot about that. After you went to all that trouble as well, let's go do that. I'll pick up a couple more crystals while I'm there. Hello. Oh, don't go over the edge. Yes, after all my troubles with wall mounts and everything, it's my understanding, and based on what the dev's saying, that the positioning of things on wall mounts... Whoa, I'm a bit unsteady. Come on, go straight, Dave. It's not hard to go straight. Well, apparently it is. But yes, apparently the positioning of stuff on wall mounts should be easier. Which should be most welcome, because I find inadvertently dragging things off wall mounts is like my superpower. Like, you know, if I point over there, it's not doing it now. Any other time I point over there. Aha. Oh, no. There we go. Oh, look at that. That's awesome. Haha, that's perfect. And presumably I can't. Ah. So if anyone ever happens to watch this and they're not quite sure about the context, if I kind of go out here for a second, for example, I would find that sometimes if I was using this, I'd kind of grab that, but actually the gravity glove beam would go through, catch one of the tools mounted on the wall there and drag them off, which, you know, was slightly annoying but had comedy value and things like that. But then the problem was actually putting the damn things back on the wall, because getting the right position was quite tricky. And yeah, I did figure out that it was about a third of the way down, but look what the dev's done. That just makes it so much easier. That's just so much. Oh, that's brilliant. Ah. Unless you... Oh no, it's stuck. Unless you're cack-handed like me. The hell did I just do then? There we go. Yay! Oh, that makes such a difference. Yes! Thank you for that. Right, I came here for crystals. I got crystals. Good. Right, let's head back. Oh, that was some stutter. What was that all about? Excuse me. Thank you. I feel like we should be allowed to eat crystals, and then that makes us run, or something like that. Okay, here we go. It does weird me out how it kind of looks offset and then suddenly pops in. That's space for crystals. Maybe not actually. Right, you're okay. Oh! Oh, I did want that, didn't I? So what? Fresh crystal out. There we go. Excuse me. So sorry. Getting a dry throat again. Need to do the thing that some people do, because I'm talking a lot more than ever in VR. So I need to do the thing of some people do of setting up stuff so they can kind of keep themselves kind of hydrated while playing or streaming or whatever. And to make sure I've got my drink to hand. I never do that, and I should. So a job I need to do soon as well is kind of decorate my base. So the wall mount change is going to make a massive difference there. So I want to put some pictures out, put some wall mounts out. Didn't think this through, did I? I shouldn't have gone up to the edge there, because I want to carry on digging. Dull. Yeah, I'm mildly annoyed that I kind of forgot to I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, hang on. You can also try leaning over the chest there now. Yes, I'm definitely finding leaning over chests is working a lot better. Yeah, that works a lot better. I gotta say that the little, I mean, I know there's some headline changes, you know, like this sort of thing, but the little incremental tweaks as well, I really do. Whoa, no, don't go up, is there a cancel? Nah, there isn't. If there is, I don't know what it is. I just realised there was two trains of thought I was starting there and talking about, and then I've lost both of them because that threw me off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, there was something I was actually saying a little earlier, and I've completely lost my train of thought. Oh, yes, decorating. I'm a little annoyed that I forgot to put pictures in the picture folder, so I could start putting some more pictures up and play with actually using my own pictures. So I'm going to try that. Kind of weirdly excited by the idea. What am I doing? Suddenly can't reach because I've dug out the floor. That's why. Let's leave a bit of floor there. There we go. I just realised I can actually figure out how far through I am, can't I? In that I could use the coordinates. They're in the stats. Oh, I haven't looked. Okay, yeah, there's nothing on the compass to indicate coordinates, is there? No. I was just hoping for a moment then that maybe one of the benefits of having a compass would be it's easier to see your location. I mean, I know it's not exactly difficult. Anyway. There we go, I'm back in that thing where I've dug so much, so I've got a lot of mess around me, and it feels like it's harder to mine blocks. Can't quite figure out what's going on there though. Okay, there we go, that took multiple goes. I wonder what that's about. I can't quite put my finger on what the effect is or what it feels like. But I definitely seem to find that once I've tidied up a bit, mining goes better. Just delete some. A little bit of me, when I tried the, or I was going to try the exploding arrow in a scaffolding block thing, a little bit of me was hoping that it would actually take out a few blocks around it, because I quite liked the idea of putting one hole in here and then putting a scaffolding block in the wall and then coming back with a bow and arrow and taking, you know, kind of mining that way or tunneling that way. That would have been kind of fun. Oh. Yeah, definitely finding it easier to hit the blocks after hoovering up. Let's go forward a bit here, leave myself one step, put another torch out, take that one in. There we go. Let's have a look, let's have a look, let's have a look, let's have a look. So that direction is X. So I'm at minus 210 here. Oh, I've got to stop doing that. Minus 210. So let's see where we're at. So about there. It's not bad progress. Don't know if I'll make it through tonight. We'll find out. Might make it through. Crystal, 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 crystal. Let's go put this one out. And yes, I know you probably don't need to actually put it out in the sunlight, actually out in the sunlight, but it kind of feels like you should. Sometimes you've got to make your own reality in virtual reality. Like my no fly if I can help it rule. In here, I mean do plenty of fly and other stuff. Okay, let's keep going. Makes me want to go through it even. Whoa, hang on. Let's just mining through my ceiling light there. So just turn around in my Guardian. Oh, There we go. Something weirdly immersive about having to stand on your tiptoes to reach stuff in VR. Actually, satisfyingly immersive. I saw a different colour there. Oh, inventory full again. Ah, missed. Oh, missed again. I didn't miss that time. Come here. Oh, I just thought. Put animated GIFs in the picture frames. I'm going to imagine not, but it would be hilarious if you could. Gonna have to check now. Not right now. I'm going to have to look at the documentation. Someone got away. Come here. Okay, let's take the floor forward a bit more. Put another torch out. Nope. Wanted that. Okay. Put you there. No, I didn't want that, wanted that. I put it over my shoulder so it'd be easy to find, and then I keep forgetting to look over my shoulder. My brain will engage eventually, I'm sure. Fan in my PC's having a right old time tonight. I think I'd be happy with this at the moment. It's pretty much all the same texture around. Oh. Actually, I think this is pure guesswork as usual, but it feels like the more of these blocks that are out, and the thing of the hits with the Pickaxe not registering quite so well. Almost feels like a, I don't know, like a physics being overwhelmed kind of thing. It can't be that, I guess. It's kind of how it's registering in my head, the feeling of it. Thinking back to the days of certainly when they rolled out mono on the Second Life grid, and regions would become incredibly laggy. All kinds of fun things would happen. Kind of has that feel. What was I going to do? Delete some more stuff. I just had a thought pop into my head about what I should do. Oh, I was going to get another crystal. That's what it was. Okay. It's dark outside anyway. Let's take the floor a bit further. Oh, what have we got down there? What do you think that is? It's probably just copper, isn't it? Yeah, copper. Oh, keep doing that. But it's going to be useful for something, I'm sure, so let's have it. There. There we go. Oh no, I wanted to put another one of those out, didn't I? There we go. Oh, it's my last one. Third one. Let's bring this over some more. So we have some more white. Actually, let's put floor out first so I can reach. There we go. You. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That is correct, isn't it? Let's just check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah. Shouldn't ever doubt myself. Why would I ever do that? Ah, really? Well done, Dave. Where are we up to now? Do you have DLSS in the settings enabled or disabled? Disabled. I don't remember ever changing that. I don't actually know what DLSS is. That's 215. Okay, come another 5. Up, 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 up. There we go. DLSS, what would that stand for? The upper needle on the compass shows you your height. That's what it is. I've been trying to figure that one out. Probably one block's not going to make a difference. So that's going to show me how close I am to 0. Cool. I've been meaning to figure out what that was about. Yeah, let's get this coal. Why not? Doubts I'm going to want to make more torches at some point. DLSS is a feature only supported by NVIDIA GPU's deep learning super sampling, so it can help with either image quality or performance. Oh, shall I try it? Because, yeah, I got 3060, presumably I can just turn it on. Try turning it on off when you're outside looking into the distance and see what you prefer. Oh, cool. Let's go do that. Guess that should be enough. I don't know that I'm seeing a difference. Oh, there's a very slight difference on the trees up there. Okay. Yeah, I can see a difference, but I can't quite make out what the difference is. Okay, so the birds, if I look at the birds, for example, are it disabled, they're a bit more smudged out. Enabled, way more birds visible. There doesn't seem to be any noticeable difference in performance. Oh, does moving feel different? Weirdly, there's a difference in movement, but I can't put my finger on what it is. It feels, with it enabled, it feels ever so slightly, ever so slightly more choppy. But that's extreme movement. But yeah, do you know what? The only thing that does look different is the birds. They look a bit more detailed, even from this distance. I don't know if the birds are even going to show up on the stream properly, but yeah, if I turn that off again, I'm trying to do it while looking. Yeah, they look a bit more smudged out and there seems to be fewer birds. Definitely more birds with it on. Let's see how it goes. Oh, thank you for that. So many things that I don't know, and it's just about having the time to actually find out about this stuff, or even know that, you know, often with stuff like that, you don't even know that you need to know about it. So, I mean, are there advantages or disadvantages either way? Curious if there's a trade-off. Bring the floor forward a bit. And let's have another torch out. Let's bring that one in. Ah, fell over my shoulder. Oh, it could be my inventory's fault. No, it isn't. Just sloppy shoulder dropping on my part. Oh, that's another. Okay, there can be a performance difference, so best try what I mentioned above to find out which performs better on your hardware. Okay, what should I be looking for in terms of performance difference? I mean, as I said, I can see that the birds that are way up in the sky, they look a wee bit clearer, a bit sharper. And I can see more of them. And it's about the only noticeable difference to my eye, and certainly in the Quest 2 headset as well. The trees that were up on the mountain, as I was looking, I could see there was a difference. I could see movement. I could literally just see something kind of move as I changed, but I wouldn't say one was better than the other, but having it on makes the birds that are way high look better, at the very least. So given that having it on seems to have a minor improvement graphically, is there any downsides I should be considering or looking for? Maybe this is another video that we need to rope, another tutorial that we need to get Chib to do, which is all the little things to consider when fine-tuning your system to run the game at its best. Is it just because I'm hitting these? I think it is. That's what it is. Cracked it. It's because I'm... That's the thing. Because, yeah. Your pickaxe collides with these. That's the problem. Okay. I got to the bottom of that. Satisfied with that now. Try now... Try enabling that GPU performance graph that you want to... Oh, right, yes. Good, good thinking. I've forgotten where it is. In settings. On. There we go, that thing, isn't it? Let's go have a look outside. Deer there, showing off. Right, you're going to have so many bloody things on screen now, this is going to be great. Settings. Let's have a look. So that's it, enabled, disabled. Enabled. Okay, there's a big spike when I enabled it, but I guess that's not unusual. So there's a couple of spikes of it enabled, there's then spinning around. Let's disable it. Trying to hold my head steady and just spin at a constant rate. I don't know, there's a big difference in it, is there? Yeah, pretty identical. Yeah, Dev's saying seems like pretty identical performance, and it does seem that way. In that case, I'll... Oh, hang on. I can see, as I look around, like if I look at the texture on the brickwork over there, as I change it, I can see a difference. But it seems to settle down to looking exactly the same. So given that, I think, all things being equal, I'm inclined to actually have it on, given that it doesn't seem to cause a problem. And it makes the birds look better. Because, as I say, I don't know if they're going to show on stream or on video. But yeah, the sky looks like it's even more full with birds, and I like that. You can never have too many birds in the sky. Well, actually that's not true. I remember once walking around Grantham and there was a massive flock of starlings doing a, what do you call it, murmuration over the town. And as they went over, the sound of them shitting everywhere was like the worst kind of rain possible. So actually you can't have too many birds in the sky. Sledgehammers are for when you... by the way, for this tunnel you should try using sledgehammers. That's what they're designed for. Pickaxes are meant for when you actually need to collect a lot of items. Sledgehammers are for when you primarily want to clear an area like a tunnel, since you seem to delete all the stuff. Yeah, the problem I did a little earlier, not with this but building something else, was building a tunnel. Maybe a week or so back, and I tried using the sledgehammer, and the problem is the sledgehammer seemed to do... it felt like I was going to spend as much time repairing the tunnel as I was going to be tidying up. and yeah, the kind of doing the very regular pattern of digging out and building and everything kind of feels quite restful and therapeutic as well, it has to be said. But yeah, I kind of, given the tunnel I'm trying to build here, which is, you know, sort of all decorated and stuff like that, I tried using a hammer before, and yeah, it made such a mess. I was kind of having to build it back. I also found that it made it a bit more difficult for me to keep on track. Maybe I should try again. Next time I do a tunnel, I'll try the hammer thing. Oh, hello. I must be almost out. I didn't notice that there. That's grass, right? Well, dirt. I must be nearly through. Must be nearly through. Wasn't quite expecting to make it through tonight. But if I can actually get through daylight, that'll be a good little point to stop, because then tomorrow's project can be... The other thing as well, of course, with the hammer is when I was digging that tunnel there, I came across a really nice seam of gold, and as I understand it, I would be in danger of not getting all the gold. So that was the other thing that I kind of had in my mind. With the copper sledgehammer you can be quite precise, with the iron sledgehammer not, so you want to use a copper sledgehammer here if you want... Now that's clever. Wish I'd thought of that. Ah, goodness, didn't want to do that. Really wanted that. That's really obvious now you mention it. I'll start thinking like a cuber eventually. I'm sure. Excuse me. So close, so close. Lost track of where I'm going now. There we go. Haha, is that looking light? I think that's looking light. Is that daylight coming through? I think that's actually daylight coming through. Yay! Yay! Oh, that little shaft of light coming through is just so... Hey! We made it! I mean, not quite, but at least we got daylight again. I'll go back and tidy that lot up. Kind of determined to get through this bit until I feel like I'm at a sensible level. Oops. Didn't mean to do that. Stop that. Kind of gone off a bit of an angle. Actually, not quite. I just need to come over that way as well. Need to dig this lot out. In any case, mining like this generally becomes a lot more fun when you dual wield whatever tool you use. Yes. I do keep meaning to make another pickaxe and try and dual wielding that. Well, I really can't overstate the therapeutic nature of the kind of repetitiveness of what I've been doing in that tunnel. It's also been quite good for me to kind of just try and build up the muscle memory with the new menus and stuff like that as well. And I'm not quite there yet, but it's getting there slowly, ever so slowly. But yes, I absolutely appreciate the advice and suggestions and stuff like that. It's really appreciated. And I hope it doesn't seem otherwise. What I've been saying is more by way of explanation of where I've been aware of things, why I kind of haven't done them. Yay, it's coming through. I think I just saw some iron. I haven't seen any iron for ages. So I actually need to go down another level along there, but I'll worry about that later. Want to get this trench dug out now. I think I'm going to make it back to more or less with ground level out there again. Nearly there. And I can walk safely out without having to jump up. Then I'll know and I'll be happy with my progress. Nearly there. There we go. So I need to figure out what I'm going to do next. Not right now, but it's just this thing of I need to step up at some point. I think maybe I'll cut through and then sort of step up there. But the first job is to finish this. I should put the copper away. Oh, it's getting dark. Actually, let's just put a couple of torches out, just so we can see what we're doing for now. There we go. I should actually try and hang on to some of that dirt, because I'm going to want to build more flagstones. Maybe I should build another chest just to put dirt in. Oh, missed that one. There's still so many out. It's when you think you got them all, you turn around and there's all the ones that ran past you. Sneaky little buggers. Oh yeah, inventory's full. Don't have enough to make a chest. Put you there a second. So I think you're actually the first person I've seen doing a lot of building in cyubeVR with mining a lot of stone / dirt, collecting it and deleting it all. Usually people almost never delete anything. Usually people only collect what they also want to keep. It saves a lot of time. No, I get that. I certainly get that. I kind of like the cycle of picking up and deciding what I'm going to remove and all this kind of stuff. Thing is, yeah, I mean, I suppose I could have come through here with the hammers. I'm also conscious of losing things like gold or something. I kind of want to be careful about that. But there's also just, it's kind of satisfying just having a little, need to make some space. Need one slot. Oh, there we go. I can put that there. Yay, there we go. So I can grab that. Thank you. So yeah, I kind of like how it feels. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Always do the last one, don't I? And then I put that in there, didn't I, when I didn't want to? Yeah. Let's put that there a second. And bring you out there. There we go. No. Oh, hello, what are you doing down there? I want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I'm learning. Keep doing the wrong one again. Right. yeah, I doubt I'm ever going to be the most efficient miner / builder or whatever. But there's also just the way of like kind of how I find certain regimented ways of doing things quite satisfying. There's a for goodness sake, of course, it would help if I got a spot. Yeah, I got a spot. Let's put that back because that's where that came from. Yeah, I do enjoy the. Put that there. The repetition of doing some of this stuff. It's actually really quite soothing. Yay, there we go. Right, so let's keep some of the dirt in here because I'm going to want to make some cake later. So I've still got some flagstone road to build. So look, yeah, let's put you there. Did that go in? Yeah, it did. I thought I just dropped to the bottom for a second then. Right, that will do. Do you know what? I don't need you for now. Go away. Put the wood back in there. Some of this stuff needs to transfer back to the base. Right, what time is it? Just gone 10. I mean, normally people just let all the items they don't want to keep despawn. You seem like a very tidy person. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I kind of am. I mean, like, you should see my file systems. I am really quite regimented about how I keep things on computers and all this kind of stuff. And I kind of, you know, I'm part in this world, I'm part immersed in it, but I'm also ever so slightly aware of the fact that this is a database. And as daft as it sounds, like all this stuff that's laying about, just kind of free like this, I don't know, it feels like mess in the database. And I don't like it. But there's also, you know, just from a being immersed in the world thing as well, as I look back now, while I'm doing this build, it's like seeing this nice and straight without mess on the floor and everything is incredibly satisfying. It feels like progress. Whereas having loads of stuff laying about would feel like I'm not doing the job properly. There's a definite crossover with how I tend to approach things, you know, real life, you know, how things sit in my head comfortably. Yeah, do have some inventory. Like, you know, if I've been doing, I'm one of those people who, if I've been doing a job, I like to put the stuff away afterwards rather than leave it for tomorrow me to pick up, you know, that kind of thing. So it kind of, yeah, it definitely carries over into here as well, which is quite satisfying, really. You'll do. No, don't put it over your shoulder, Dave. Don't put it over your shoulder. That's not even what you want it to do anyway. You want it to do this. You want it to put that there. You want to pick that up and put it in there. And then you wanted to leave that there, actually. Yeah, I find tidy quite soothing and calming. Do you know, I think it's safe enough for me to do this. Thank you. There we go. Yeah, this is working. This is working. So I think I will leave it here, and then tomorrow night's job, that's just copper, right? I'm going to get that out when I do these anyway. I think tomorrow night's job will be to finish this section off, decide how far out I'm going to build the actual tunnel part. I think I will build it out a bit, and then kind of maybe about here, finish it off, and then just go back to a clean road, which will then cut through here. Yeah, I'll cut through, and then once I get to about here, sorry tree, but you're going to have to go. There's a couple of trees here are going to have to go, sadly. Once I get up to about here, stay at that level, come across here, and then at fairly regular intervals, I think, follow the hill up, and there we go. I'll be at the desert. I have 641 items on my desktop. At some point, I just disabled desktop items completely. Oh my god. Let me think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got 6 icons on my Windows desktop. I've got 3 folders in the top left-hand corner. So I got a folder for... I mean, I do have more than that many, because I have some icons in folders. So I have my most played 2D games in a flat game folder. I have my most played mixed games, ones that will work in VR or not, in another folder. And then I have my pure VR games that I play a fair bit in a VR folder. And I don't even know why I have that, actually, because I never start them up from the desktop, and it's actually just occurred to me that I should just nuke that folder. I don't need it, because I only ever run them from Steam. Where the hell did that go? There you are. Get back here. I've then got the waste bin, or whatever it is called on Windows. Can't remember. Recycling bin, something like that. Down in the bottom left, and then top right, what do I have? Audacity and the Oculus mirror, and that's about it. And then I do have a bunch of icons in the toolbar thing at the bottom. Do you know, I can't remember what my stuff is called on Windows. The system bar thing at the bottom. So I have Chrome and Emacs, and what else have I got? Firestorm Viewer for Second Life, things like that. The Oculus software for when I want to run that up. So I have, like, I don't know, maybe half a dozen things down in that bottom bar that I access most frequently. Yes, I have a very, very empty desktop. And on my Macs, I never have anything on the desktop apart from whatever screenshots I've taken recently, and I tend to clean them up at the end of each day. God, I bet you're one of those people who has 1,000 tabs open. I always kind of use my desktop as the active working folder, so I would constantly add stuff and never remove anything. Reading this has to sound scary. Not so much scary as it's just It's making me quite anxious. No, I mean, I completely get that that's how other people work, and whatever works for anyone. But I think in part a lot of this comes from, I started out working on microcomputers and then on DOS and things like that, and all through that time, even till now, most of what I do on the command line, or I'm doing it in Emacs. Certainly when it comes to work stuff, I use the graphical interface and everything as a way of running Chrome and Emacs and a couple of other things. But most of what I do is command line file management and all that kind of stuff. So actually having directories and everything and keeping everything in its right place, and heavy use of Git and GitLab and all that kind of stuff. Oh my god, that looks amazing. Oh, that is just so pretty. God, I love this game. This is just, yeah. You built a thing that's just so distracting. I'm trying to say something and then just look out the window and it's like, whoa. And this is real sort of prog rock album art stuff going on here. I love it. So yeah, I do tend to be kind of tidy with stuff and everything. Oh, 15 separate Chrome windows open with either 50 tabs or so. Oh no, why? Why do people do that? I tend to have 2 or 3 tabs open in Chrome permanently, like Gmail and things like that. And then if I'm in a heavy coding session, and I'm looking stuff up or testing stuff and things like that, I may end up with, say, a dozen extra tabs open. But then I kill them as quickly as possible because I just hate having loads of tabs open. I have a colleague who, and maybe you're like this and you know people like this, she uses tabs as a bookmarking system. If there's something she needs to read, she'll open a tab and keep it open. I use Pinboard. That's why Pinboard and websites like that were created. I store it in Pinboard and then go back and look at my to-read list and things like that. It's just like, oh my god, how do people live like this? It's just, I need 120 gigabytes of RAM, mostly because of that, probably. Luckily, RAM is cheap. Oh my god. I mean, yeah, you're kind of right. I mean, there was a time when I would have said, yeah, but you're destroying the environment by doing that, but actually that's nothing compared to crypto miners and things like that, so I suppose it's not a problem. Yes, you use tabs as bookmarks. Yeah. I feel like that's how we split the world these days. People who bookmark in some kind of bookmarking system, or use a bookmarking site like Pinboard or something like that, and then evil people. That's kind of how the world works now, I think. Don't close them until a year later. I mean, at that point, surely what you do is you just nuke them all and declare bankruptcy and start again. Because if you haven't read them by then, right? Oh. I just noticed there's a kind of wireframe effect. Oh, it's just off the... Ah, that's interesting. So I thought that was a reflection of the gloves, but... optics work different in Cube World. Because I shouldn't be seeing the green bit in the reflection because it's facing me. I kind of feel like there's a glitch in the matrix. I feel like I've just seen it. Look, there's no reflection there. Oh my god. I'm going to get to the bottom of this. One day I'm going to log in here and it's just going to be digital rain. Anyway, I need to stop prattling and go and have a drink. it's been wonderful having you here, Stone, and chatting away. And yeah, again, genuinely, thank you for the suggestions and input and stuff about mining and all that kind of stuff. I really do appreciate it. I also get that it must be kind of frustrating as the developer of the game to see someone using it in a way that may seem less efficient or something like that. So yeah, I kind of get it as well. But you made this. This is. I hope you're constantly proud of this, because I'm just looking out of here, and there's this glass here, and through this glass there's this amazing landscape with the mist around the trees on the top of that peak and all this kind of stuff, and there's these sounds around me that I can hear that torch is there and that torch is there and all this kind of stuff. It's oh look, and it actually is raining now. Yeah, it's fantastic. Oh my god, is there a water running down the glass effect? There bloody is, isn't there? Dude, that's amazing. I hadn't noticed that before. Whoa. Okay, I need to get out of here now, because I'm just seeing too many new things that I hadn't noticed before, and I'm going to just be standing here going whoa for ages. That's amazing. Oh, hello, spam bot. Yes, there is water running down the glass. That's just a great detail. Seriously, that's a fantastic detail. I love it. And it's just on the outside as well, isn't it? It bloody is. Huh. That's amazing. Hang on. Do this without killing myself. Oh, that looks so good. That looks so good. It's just so amazingly atmospheric. It's completely unnecessary. It's like one of those details that I would never have looked for, would never have thought to look for, and yet there it is. I love it. Anyway, I need to go. I need to go and have a drink. I need to go and sit on my sofa and chill. I've spent way too long in VR today. Actually, that's not true. It's not really possible, is it? But my face is starting to ache. I need to remember to find some photos and pictures and things like that to put in that folder so I can experiment with adding different pictures. That's the thing I need to do. And I suppose I should plan on getting my 100% achievement. All I've got to do now is dig down to 0. And it's good to know that this will help me do that. Hadn't cottoned onto that, so that's worth knowing. Right. Yes, anyway, thank you. And if there's anyone else out there watching, thank you for watching, and I'm sorry you had to listen to me prattle on. Yeah, everyone have a good day and evening and things like that. And if anyone happens to watch the recording afterwards at some point, thank you for watching as well. And goodbye. And sorry about the noise that's about to happen as usual. Oh.